thank you for that. The Jupiter man convicted of locking up his teenage son in a box-like room in the garage for most hours of the day will not get out of jail while he appeals his conviction for child neglect and child abuse. The judge also blasted Timothy Ferriter, his witnesses, and his attorney for lack of credibility. And that's not all. Our investigative reporter Terry Parker is here with exclusively taking the judge's order. And Terry, he lists several reasons why he's not letting Tim Ferriter out of jail.
That's right, Todd. This judge not holding back, writing in a scorching order. Timothy Ferriter and his witnesses were evasive, not believable, and trying to defraud the court in their attempts to free him on bond. The judge saying he believes this all points to a very good likelihood that Ferriter would flee if released.
Again, it just sounds almost fantastical, but I'll let you respond.
Judge Howard Coates denies Timothy Ferriter's motion to get out of jail pending appeal, blasting Ferriter, his witnesses, and his lawyer, writing, "The court is left with a clear and concerning lack of confidence in the trustworthiness of the defendant and multiple witnesses and professionals in this matter."
That's a recording.
It's a recording.
Prosecutors played jailhouse calls between Ferriter and his close friend and witness Colin Zimmerink. And in them, you hear conversations which the judge describes at best amount to hiding assets and at worst, potential conspiracy to commit bankruptcy fraud. Listen to this.
That I'd sell it to him for $1.
That's Ferriter describing a plan to sell his $40,000 truck to his brother-in-law for $1.
You know, just sell it to him for $1, and then the truck is officially theirs. And, you know, whenever I get out, he can sell it back to me for $1. So maybe that's an option to sell it right now, or would that be deemed prior to a bankruptcy?
On those jailhouse calls, Ferriter lists a 401k, a life insurance policy with a cash-out value of about $90,000, a paid-off truck, and a bank account with $8,000, all while planning to plead indigency. And Zimmerink advises him on it all.
And then there's other things like, to a certain limit, you might have jewelry, you might have some other stuff, but it would be odd if you were to transfer into jewelry some cash, because any transfers recently made before the bankruptcy, they would not count.
And both men refer cryptically to money held by Zimmerink in, quote, your location. Judge Coates concluding, the court was left with a distinct impression that Mr. Zimmerink, contrary to his testimony, is indeed holding assets of defendant or otherwise assisting him in the concealment of such assets. Coates doesn't let Ferriter's attorneys off the hook either when it comes to that forged job offer letter Zimmerink's wife wrote to the judge to help him get released. Coates saying the faked Mazda letter in motion represent a shocking and flagrant disregard for the rule of law and an effort to effect a fraud upon the court that cannot be conveniently disavowed by either the defendant or his counsel. Coates also notes another Ferriter witness offered to house any of the Ferriters at his Australian home. As such, the court finds and concludes that there is substantial doubt the defendant will abide by any release conditions imposed. And with that, Ferriter's motion for appellate release is denied. The judge has also granted the sheriff's office motion to move Ferriter out of the Palm Beach County Jail and into a state prison while he appeals. And I did call Colin Zimmerink for comment and have not yet heard back. Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.